right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great example towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful leg out there pushing this word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. All right, and what I want to get into, all right, to today, all right, this morning going into the afternoon, it's pretty much dealing with, every needful thing. I was just listening to the brother Baquar Moth lesson, all right, dealing with, doing too much. And he brought a precept out that pretty much sparked, a topic for a lesson, Make sure this is, make sure we on. All right, yeah, so going back to it, the brother Baquar Moth, he brought out an account, dealing with Lisha, all right, and his understudy, his underservant, Gehazi, and pretty much, how Gehazi, wanted to receive, wages and, benefits, for the miracles that Elisha was doing, okay, and he was out of season, and as we are within this ministry, as we, are toiling and laboring in his work, all right, we understand, that there's a reward, to come at the end, okay? And the Lord gives us, things sufficient, all right, to sustain us within our walk, all right? But then we have to have the discipline to be content, until the Lord, makes moves, man. That's one thing about it. We have to learn how to move in the Lord's timing, okay? And every brother is different. Every brother's going to be in different situations, and every brother's going to be in different circumstances, okay? But it's all within the Lord's timing for us to be delivered, okay? So when you read First Kings, all right, Second Kings 5, okay? 2 Kings 5:25, and it says, but he went in and stood before his master, and Elisha said unto him, okay, whence comest thou, Gehazi? And he said, thy servant went not with us. So, you had Gehazi, go to, all right, this heathen that Elisha healed from leprosy, and pretty much, he swindled him out of some wages, out of silver and garments, okay? So now Elisha's asking, pretty much, asking him where he's been, all right? And, Jake, lied and said, I ain't been nowhere, okay? So we read verse 26, and it says, and he said unto him, went not my heart with thee when the man turned again from his chariot to meet thee? Is it time to receive money and to receive garments and olive yards and vineyards and sheep and oxen and men servants and maid servants? Okay, so you read in the NLT, just for a little more clarity, it says, but Elisha asked him, don't you realize that I was there in spirit when Naaman stepped down from the chariot to meet you? Is this the time to receive money and clothing, olive yards and vineyards and sheep and cattle and male and female servants? Okay, so Elisha was asking him, look, is this the time for us to be receiving all these things? Okay, letting Jake know, all right, Gehazi, that he was out of season. And we don't want to be in that spirit, of being out of season, trying to do too much, trying to add things to ourselves that could be a hindrance, trying to, all right, utilize the ministry, okay, to forward, our personal situations, okay? Now, the Lord does add, according to a brother's spirit, according to a brother's circumstances, the Lord will add, but it has to be in due season. And even then, there's still a discipline that has to be applied to always keep Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, all right, at the head, at the first. Okay? So let's go here. Okay? Because Yahweh Shai, he told the disciples pretty much, all right, what they will receive. Let me see. When you go to Matthew, the 19th chapter. All right, let's get the book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 27. All right, and it says what? The disciples' reward. It said, then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? Okay, and we have to remember the apostle Peter was like, look, we forsaken all, because there's a sacrifice that goes before a reward. There's a suffering that goes before the reward, and that creates an appreciation for what the Lord does, and say different brothers go through different things at different times and be rewarded in different ways, but it's all in the timing of the Lord. See, we don't want to force things, man. Okay? We're not in the spirit to force ourselves in a certain situation. We got to roll within the confines of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Okay? So Peter is asking, what they're gonna receive. Okay? And this is the answer. Verse 28. And Yahweh Shai said unto him, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone that hath forsaken houses or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my sakes, shall receive an 100-fold, okay, and shall inherit everlasting life. Okay, so the Lord is going to add to all his men in due season. Okay, he's going to add. We're going to be increased in due season, man. Even going into Isaiah 4:1, the Lord's going to play it out how he's going to play it out. There's nothing to where we, like I say, this world teaches us, just to think of worldly possessions, and makes us think of increase from a viewpoint of lust. Okay, but true gain, okay, is within Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. When he starts adding things to our situation, okay, when he increases brothers' houses, when he, starts to, level brothers up according to how he wants, we don't want to jump the gun and do anything. I'm saying each brother is going to be different, because the scriptures say, each man has their proper gift, okay, and understanding, all right, that the Lord's man's goings of the Lord, we have to understand, all right, that at the end of the day, Yahweh Bashim Al Shai is going to bless, according to what's fit for each individual's walk. One thing about it is let's go here. Let's see. Let's get that in. I believe it's Matthew the 6th chapter. Okay. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 33. It says, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Okay? So our priority should always be seeking Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah more, going into understanding, the sacrifice, that comes with discipline, as we tap in more into Yahweh Shai, all right, see, the more that we showcase discipline and show ourselves, show restraint, and show maturity in the spirit, then the Lord is able to add, particular things in due season, okay? It's just like, if you had a son, okay? If he keeps showing maturity, if he keeps showing himself to be reliable, if he keeps showing himself, okay, to be dependable, okay, if he keeps showing himself to be proactive, you're going to be provoked to add more things unto him. You're going to be provoked to entrust him with more things, okay? But if you have a son that's, constantly making the same mistake, okay, showing himself unreliable, really has no direction in how he's moving, okay, you're going to be hindered in adding anything to him, because it'll just be more of a disaster. Okay? So we have to understand that the Lord is working, all right, everything in his timing and in his season. Each brother is going to be within different seasons within their walk. Okay? And that doesn't make a brother less or more. Okay? It's just how the Lord is dealing. You see? And we have to have the mindset to always have a solid foundation, okay, in Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. All right, always keeping the main thing, and just let the Lord add how he's going to add. All right, so let's go from there. Let's read this again, and then we'll go get that in Sirach. All right, this is the book of Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Okay? Even in the time of chaos, all right, when, the earth is suffering, the Lord is going to make provision. Provisions are already made, and we have to have a mindset to fully believe that these provisions are made. Okay? Well, hey, even in Jacob's trouble, we're not going to have to be out here, all right, doing the most, all right, as these people will be doing, scrambling, okay? The Lord's going to add to our circumstances according to the provision needed, all right? And we have to have full faith in that. Now, let's get this here. Let's see. Every needful thing. Hold on. No. It won't let me. Let me see. Okay. Every needful. Yep, so this is Sirach 39 and 33. It said, all the works of the Lord are good, and he will give every needful thing in due season. Okay? The Lord will give every needful thing in due season in his timing. Those are all the things of patience and timing. Like the scriptures tell us not to pretty much, be anxious for anything. We got to get to the point to where, we're content with what the Lord, has given us, man. And make the most of it. That's another thing, like making the most of our current situation. All right, because as we talk about being kings and leaders, well, a king, all right, one of the characteristics of a king is being extremely resourceful. Okay. A king will have to make the most out of his circumstances. He will have to make the most out of his realm. Okay, he would have to make the most out of everything that was within his realm. He would have to be resourceful. Okay, and the Lord is teaching us and conditioning us to be resourceful in our situations, man. All right, to maximize the things that he has given us. Okay, and being resourceful. And once again, not saying, go be all right, a philanthropist in America. Okay, but just taking what the Lord has given us and maximizing on these things, because at the end of the day, we should want to be freed up in the spirit, as much as possible. That's something I'm learning recently, is that I value time, more than money. Like the thing now, just like I say, try to get as much money in a short time as possible to free up time. Okay, because with time you can develop yourself, you can develop those around you more. Okay, spending more time with your house shot, because that's going into the times we're coming into now. We want to sharpen, and strengthen their relationship with Yahweh Bashim Al Shai as much as possible, man. Okay, spending much time with him and investing into their relationship. Okay, so even as we maximize, within our situation, our day-to-day situations, it's for, all right, it's for to create time to get closer to you, how about Shema Shai, man. As I say, the Lord adds how he wants to add. You see, and brothers gonna be straight. Like at the end of the day, we're gonna have abundance, in our heart's desire. Okay, whatever brothers is into, because the Lord knows us better than us. And at the end of the day, we're gonna have abundance, in our heart's desire. Okay, now let's see if any. See, brother posted. Okay, come. I don't know if notification went out or not. I ain't went live on this app in a while. Okay, see what the brother got posted. This the brother, the hopeful elect 4. All right, the brother Yahweh Shalom. All right, this is the book of Psalms 31:14. It said, "But I trusted in thee, O Lord. I said, thou art my power. My times, are in thy hand. Deliver me from the hand of my enemies and from them that persecute me." All right, make thy face to shine upon thy servant. Save me for thy mercy's sake. And that was a good point. It said, my times are in thy hand. And that's one thing about it. We gotta submit, because in the flesh, the flesh wants to move on its own time. Okay, and I'm speaking to myself first and foremost. I know, like, the flesh want to move in this time. The flesh want to do what it wants to do, how it wants to do, when it wants to do it. Okay, but that's one thing about it. The battle is subduing the flesh and putting the flesh in on the time. All right, put the flesh on the timing of you. How about you? I was shot. You see, you hear him. The thing is to subdue the flesh. All right, because the spirit is in sync with you. How about Shema Shai? The flesh is not. And the flesh will want to jump the gun. Okay, the flesh want to be recognized. The flesh want to be cute. The flesh just want to please itself. Okay, the flesh want to be popular, and all these different things. But nah, it's all the Lord's timing, man. And there's a peace when we don't, when you don't have all these cravings and wants of this world. There's a peace that comes with that, man. There's a lot of peace that comes with simplicity. Me and the brother watches out of the Bay St. Louis camp, on the coast of Mississippi. We've been talking, and that's one of our, main topics, is just the peace, that comes in simplicity, man. Okay, simplicity, all right, brings about peace, and when, like I said, when we're not anxious for anything, when we're not, really wanting for anything of this world, okay, that brings a peace. Okay, and within simplicity, you can become extremely productive. Okay, You look at the most productive men in any field, whether it's business, okay, whether it's athletics, okay, or whatever it is. You look at their life, all right, and one of the key, okay, one of the similarities you see across the board when it comes to someone being productive is they have very simple lives, man. You know, their lives are extremely simple. When you look at a Kobe, okay, when you look at a Floyd, all right, you know, even with Floyd, you might see a little flashiness, all right, but then you really look into it day to day, it's simplicity, okay, it's consistency, you know, simplicity, okay. Apostle Paul, look at his life, simplicity, okay, which allowed, you know, them to be extremely productive, you know. So as we study these things, all right, simplicity, all right, is a beautiful thing, okay. Now let's go here. This is the brother Yaquab again, all right, the brother Hopeful Leg 4. It says, to everything, this is Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven, you know, and each, you know, brother is within their different season, you know. So you know, one brother be catching hell, you know, life beating them down, you know. One brother can be in the season of favor, all right, but it's all made for the balance, okay. So the brother that's in favor can extend a hand to the brother that's catching hell, you know, and the brother that's catching hell, it's his time to, all right, overcome. It's his time to conquer whatever, you know, he's going through. It's that brother's time to conquer and rise to the occasion, okay. And if the brother that's receiving favor, the challenge on him is to have discipline, you know, within his favor. Every brother is going to be going through a different season at different times within this faith, man. Okay? Even every sister is going to go through her different seasons, okay, within this faith, within this walk. Okay? But just know the Lord's going to give each believer every needful thing in due season for us to make it to the next phase within this walk and ultimately to make it to the chariots, man. Okay? And it says, Ephesians 5:15, the brother Hopeful Leg 4, it says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the times, because the days are evil. Okay? So it said walk circumspectly, all right, as wise and not as fools. Okay? And even when you go into that word wise, all right, I want to get that word wise since the brother said it. Let's see, Ephesians. Let's see. The book of Ephesians 5:15. All right. So you go to Ephesians 5:15. Okay. When it says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. You know, being circumspect. All right, circle, you know, going in the circle, inspect, you know, spec going to inspect, you know, so inspecting and being, you know, extremely aware of things that's going on around, you know, from local news to national news, international news, you know, what's going on within the body, you know, what's going on within your household, you know, gauging the spirits that's around you, okay, being circumspect, man. All right, and then it says, you go into the word wise in the Greek.
Strong's G 4680, Sophos. Sophos.
Okay, and it says skilled. Okay, wise, skilled. Okay, cultivated, learned, and see, this wisdom is cultivating us to be skilled. This knowledge is cultivating us to be skilled in applying this wisdom. Okay, making this wisdom work for us. Like Esau has a thing in the world where he said, make your money work for you. Okay, well, our true money is the wisdom. Okay, and we should be making this wisdom work for us. Okay, this wisdom is set up to order everything right. Okay, so when we utilize wisdom, we should be using it to order everything right. And one thing that's involved with wisdom is patience. You know, patience, understanding to pace ourselves, man. You know, having a balance. All those things are within, wisdom. Now, I want to go to definition C. It said forming the best plans and using the best means for their execution. You see that? There's a practical side to this wisdom that has to be applied in our day-to-day, and that's another thing. As the brother, elder brother out of New Orleans, all right, Elder Yakanan, he made the point pretty much that the Lord put us in situations to where we will have to think our way out of it. We in circumstances to where we gotta think our way out of it, man. And as the definition says, that forming the best plans and using the best means for their executions. Okay, like in our day-to-day, it has to be actual plan of action. Like the Lord, just don't want us to just be floating around and really not have no direction, just here floating and hoping for the best. Like, nah, we gotta have plan of actions, within our day-to-day and execute on those things, man. And it's all conditioning. Okay, like I said, this is not for us to be, these mega entrepreneurs, okay, in this society, okay. But it's just for the Lord does want to see us execute in wisdom, okay. He wants to see us execute in wisdom, and when we start to master, particular stages of wisdom, then He can add, a little more, and let us start, mastering it, So, will you go here? Let's see what else the brother got. Going on with school. Yep, so let's see. That's pretty much the point. I ended there. Jake walking the path with me, and you know how that be. But the point was made, and I said, Lord, we're not gonna do this more often, just get out and walk. I call it walking in the spirit, and stretch out a little bit, but Lord will you brothers, and you sisters edified. Until the next time, I say Shalom, Kwam Yashala, Abba, detail soon, Shalom.